Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun.
Today I'm gonna be doing like a nice little easy Valentine's Day inspired type of look, but it's more mauve based. I've been seeing all sorts of Valentine's Day looks at all different color spectrums between pink and red and purple and blurple, but I'm going to do something a little bit more mauve-y based with, you know, bits of pink around the eye. I think this really makes blue eyes pop. I think if done well, it can really flatter both blue eyes and a pale skin tone. If you have deeper or medium skin tones, you might want to go in for some of the richer shades in the palette that I'm going to use, and they do have some richer options. So I'm going to be mainly using this Tarte Pro palette. So if you all are interested in looking a little cute and romantical and leading towards the more mauve end of the spectrum, then let's proceed. This has been my go-to palette lately. It's got a lot of shades that are me, as you can see, kind of like mauve-y and then kind of like burnt orange browns that make blue eyes really pop. And then it's got this pretty green here I haven't had a chance to use. Anywho, I'm gonna load up this brush with a bit of the white color and the cream color, and I'm gonna use that on my brow bone. Next, I'm gonna be taking the shade Chic, it's probably chic, and I'm gonna be using a blending brush and laying this down as like my first transition color. I'm gonna put it pretty high up. Start just right below the brow bone. I'm going to lay a little bit more of that down and just really build it up. And then making a little bit of a V down here with the blending brush. Then I'm going to be taking the shade Innocent and a bit of the shade Whimsy together and go in deeper. So what I'm doing is just trying to create the illusion that I have big eyelids. Even though I don't. I have majorly hooded eyelids, which, you know, isn't a bad thing, but it mixes it up and makes it interesting to change what I have and create the illusion that I have Marilyn Monroe eyelids. Mind you, Marilyn Monroe did this herself. So, what am I talking about? Okay, so now we've got all that color up there. I'm just gonna soften it out. Then we're going to go in with a little bit of Whimsy, the deeper color. Make that crease a little deeper. Just a touch of it. And a good like guide is to just kind of look down like this and look into your mirror. You can see that they're not very symmetrical. It's kind of hard because my eyes aren't symmetrical. But this is where I know to reference my eyes and make them more even by looking down and seeing what I'm messing up. Next we're going to take this more muted fuchsia shade called Maud here, and we're going to go in with a little bit of that in the same brush. We're going to do this at the very deep end of that crease that we've done. Right here, the back end. Kind of making a little sunset of colors and swirling it around. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to continue making that pinker shade more pronounced, but soften the edges of where I lay it down by swirling, just tiny little circles. And see how it's making my eye look like it puckers outward from that crease? It's pronouncing my lid a lot more because I'm going to keep my lid light. Alright, then I'm moving that color up into kind of that middle point here. Just doing this, bringing it inward, flicking this one inward. And then we're taking a touch of the more orangey color Whimsy and merging that a little bit better. And then blending it up here again, but kind of staying away from the pink area. I'm using 2 brushes, which runs the risk of making things a little bit muddy. So if you kind of make things a bit muddy, you might want to hop in with a 3rd brush, like keep the 3rd brush to the pink color or whatnot. But alright, next I want to go in with my brow bone brush and be a little bit more careful. I'm going to pick up the white color, which is the shade Vintage, and I'm just going to carefully place that all on the lid. Just softly pat it on there without blending it into the other colors. Alright, next we're going to be taking this shade Ethereal, and although it is a beautiful sort of like golden champagne shade, you do have to work with it a bit. So that's one of the things I'm a little bit bummed about. I love the color. I'm going to load it up on like a not super wide but dense little shadow brush. And I just put the wrong shade on it. Shit. Alright, I'm going to load it up on this little brush. Get a ton of it. But then get rid of some of the excess. And I'm going to be working that up in here before the inner corner of the eye. And I'm stopping it very kind of, not distinctively, but just to like right where the crease of my eyelid ends. And then softening it out that way. And then I'm taking the other end, the kind of blendy side, and softening it as well too. Another thing I want to do is take this shade Minx, and I kind of just decided this fly at the moment. Take another denser brush, and I'm going to touch a bit of that, not get too much, and just blot that on the very outer end of this eyelid. So it's metallic or shimmery on either side of the eyelid, but matte in the middle. I know that's unusual, but it's a nice, interesting approach. Next, I'm going to be using my Physicians Formula 2-in-1 liquid liner, and then I'm going to be putting a thin line on my eyes. I'm going to be using one of my go-to mascaras, which is hard to find nowadays, but this is the Maybelline Classic Volume Express. It's in waterproof, and it's almost dried up. We're going to put on false lashes today just because that would bring this whole eye look together way better. So the ones I'm going to be using are ones I've used before. I'm just recycling them. These are my Kiss number 11. They're my go-to lashes. They're affordable and they come in like a 5 or 10 pack or whatever. So I'm going to be putting these on. Alright, so I've bought House of Lashes lash glue at least twice and then lost it within like 2 weeks of the 2 other times I bought it. And then I bought this because I want it with a brush and I'm tired of ordering from House of Lashes. I get this and my glue is all messed up. It's like disgusting. It's like a solid, like it won't move in the container, and then it comes out and in these chunks all on the brush. It looks like cottage cheese. Why can't I get lash glue? Why won't this work for me? Why? Why do I have to keep using this smelly lash glue? Fight me! So now I'm just taking my eyebrow pencil. This is the NYX MicroBrow, and I'm not using auburn this time. I'm using blonde because it's kind of a warm tone blonde and my hair is kind of copper strawberry blonde. And I'm making my eyebrows a little bit stronger with my hair in the way. Goodness. For blush, I'm going to use a bit of Makeup Geek's Cherish. This has been my go-to blush for like the last 4 months. It's just the perfect shade for me, for you, for everybody. Not everybody, but for fair skin, yes, and then probably medium skin tones. And it's really satiny, so it gives a nice natural look to it. And I'm just going to add that on with a stippling brush so I can apply it subtly. As a highlight, I'm going to be using one of my favorites, Makeup Geek's Lit. It's one of their duotone ones. It looks awesome. I'm going to just be using the same brush because I'm lazy. I'm going to highlight my upper lip and the tippy top of my cheekbones. Look at that. Yeah. And this is really buildable, but I'll just say it builds really quickly, so I love that. And if you want to tip off your nose, I don't usually, but you could. Next, I'm going to be putting on my lipstick. I'm using the Makeup Geek Plush Cream in Old Soul. I've been wearing this a lot lately. It's so beautiful and it feels so nice on the lips. Okay, now I'm gonna unpin my hair. All right, so here is the full look with the lips. I really love it. It's kind of like a romantic mauve type of look. So yeah, at the end I'll do a little up close shots of this look. Hopefully you all liked it. This is something I would wear for like Valentine's Day. I just think it's cute and I love the mauve-y pinkness of it. I think the lip color really ties it all together. And I've been loving these Makeup Geek ones, but I haven't gotten to dig into many of them. But this is like my #1 favorite shade of all of them that they sent me. So yeah, and hopefully you guys like this lip color. This is one of my faves. It's kind of hit or miss. Some people don't like the mauves, but I really do. So yeah. If you all enjoyed this video, please, give it a like or subscribe if you haven't yet, if you want to see more content from me. I've actually just come back from a fluke of being gone, so I'm going to try to start making things that I enjoy, and hopefully you all will enjoy as well too. So yeah, thank you all for watching my videos. I really appreciate you all. And you're all just so encouraging and uplifting. So I hope you like this little look that I wanted to do for Valentine's Day. Mind you, if I go on a date with Ty, the bottom half of this look won't be like this. Anyways, I hope you all are having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.